So, welcome back to more The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. You might notice that Olivier's back in the party, and I've swapped the buzzer over to him, obviously. So, I wanted Olivier for this segment for one very specific reason. We're going to be going to Elmo Hot Springs to take on a side quest there, and remember, Olivier was there before he joined Estelle's group. So, if you have him in your party when you go back there, you get some interesting stories about his time there. Oh wow, really? Estelle's referencing that side quest? That's actually kind of cool. I'm pretty sure that's totally optional, so yeah. Yet another one of those lines you get for importing a cleared save file. I suppose so, but there are some pretty big stones. Ah yes, the classic trope of that ancient advanced civilization that has vanished due to some mysterious decline. But that is true. And, well, some people are starting to suspect that they are connected. No, this thing looks a lot more low-tech. Or is it? Huh. Yeah, I believe this is referred to as animism in the Empire, but I'm not sure that's entirely relevant to mention right now. I don't know if that's ever brought up in this game. It's not like it's really massively plot relevant or anything, it's just a bit of world building. And so, looking for the perfect location to start up the device. Which seems to be around here. Yeah, I guess no risk of fragments of rock falling on it or something like that. And so, time to set up device 2 of 3. Again, it doesn't really matter when you choose to do this. The only one that really matters is the third and final one. Once you do that, the main story will advance and a lot of side... Well, not a lot, I'm pretty sure it's just the hot spring one that expires if you do that. And there we go, it's all set up. Surprise sheep attack! The thing only draws them away when it's turned on, so... We're gonna have to fight them off at this point. They're already attacking us. Okay, so this begins as a preemptive attack, which is extremely irritating, but at least we don't have any NPCs to protect in this fight or anything. Hint, hint. Okay, hashtag N's gone loco again, which is, yeah, that's a reference to another localization bug that happened. Okay, the problem with Agate's Flame Smash is it knocks them far away, so it's harder for other AoEs to, yeah, to hit them all. Olivier, I believe, had recently learned Chain 2, so I might be able to make use of that, although he's probably better off casting. These things are a bit weak to Earth. Longs for clear blue skies, for some reason. Guess I'll go for this then. We're already kind of strength buff, so there's no real need to use morale. Stone Impact delays my turn so much. I'm not even confident that I can actually get that off before I inevitably get dogpiles. Aerial has a lot faster of a cast time, or I could also go for... Yeah, I think Hellgate's probably better in this circumstance. I was about to say, especially if you get into the AoE, but you did not. And yeah, True Sheep Punch hits everything in a line, which can be very bad if you're all lined up. If you all happen to be lined up. Of course, Fate hit the one that's sealed. Oh, that just kind of did barely enough to finish you. That means you're going to run out of CP, and so you can't blind them. Okay, do I go for... I can use that, but if I can get that in, I probably should go for... I can even try Petrify Cloud, maybe. Which always sounds to me like you're referring to the Final Fantasy character Cloud. Is Petrification even in FF7? I haven't actually played that one. Anyway, let's get you back up. It's one, I guess, slight benefit with Tita's terrible HP is that revival items tend to bring her back with close to full HP. How are you guys looking in terms of... Oh, a few of them are almost dead. So I guess I can get both of you down with this. And speaking of down, there goes Agate. And okay, I guess I'll... How many of these... Okay, 8 of them.
We're good to go.
Yeah, wow, he recovers so much less of that, proportionally. I don't like that crit turn being there. Okay, I'll try for that, but I think I will swipe that crit turn and hit one of them with it. Yeah, this is probably going to do... Wow, okay, that was way more damage than I thought it would do. I could have killed off one of the full health ones with that, but sadly... Yeah, I sometimes tend to underestimate just how much damage S-Crafts are going to do. I think partly because in the first game they weren't really all that strong for the most part, unless they were at 200 CP, but here even at less than 200, I mean, she is strength buffed though, so I guess that is part of it. Okay, this should go pretty smoothly now. I believe that's pointless if you're the only one left. Yes, it is. Yeah, that buffs... You will see this on the fail channel, because yes, I did actually fail this fight once. But that buffs everything on the field and heals them by 777 HP. And it died to poison, okay. Oh, Smoke Cannon 2, perfect timing. I may need that later in this part. In fact, I'll definitely need that later in this part. So, with that, that is all of them. Oh, you say that now? You say those are the nastiest sheep you fought now? Just you wait. Yeah, it must be the things that were agitated by all of the weird things that are going on in the world right now. Nope. There's actually kind of a reason why I'm laughing at that I can't talk about at this point. That's the problem with playing such a continuity-heavy series, is there's so much that I have to talk about this series that I can't say because I don't want to spoil later installments. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and head back to town and heal, and then we'll be on our way to take on Trap Plains Monster. Actually, I can heal at Wolf Ford. So, time to head down towards the Hot Springs, which is actually where Trap Plains Monster 2 is. It's around this side, and it's kind of an annoying one. One here I will say, although I do really like, there it is. Although I do really like this song, which is called Looking Up at the Sky, which is a name that you actually might want to remember if you play later games in the series. But I do kind of miss How to Walk in LaBelle. I do still really like that song. And it's kind of a shame that you never end up hearing that in this one. But anyway, this thing. So it says in the Bracer Notebook that it has blood-sucking attacks and has high recovery abilities. This is, well, I guess a lot of people's worst nightmare. I was about to say every Australian's worst nightmare, because we get pretty bad instances of mosquito attacks in Australia, but, these things, a bunch of giant monstrous mosquitoes. These things are called Ya-Kah. I'm not really sure exactly what that name means. But they absorb health. They're basically Morkies, except there's a lot of them, which is really, really terrible. But, hopefully, I say hopefully, because I don't know if they're immune to blind or not, but I really hope they're not immune to blind, because if you blind them, they're really not that bad. Okay, yeah, here they are. Ya-Kah, weak to fire, as you'd expect. They're pretty flimsy, though, in terms of HP, so once you start getting a bit of an advantage against them, they generally don't come back from that, but they do drain your health, and they also can heal themselves, even without needing to drain your health. They have this thing, I forget exactly what it's called, but they can kind of regenerate health on their own. Okay, I don't think you have much in the way of... No, you don't. But I can at least go for... White Gehenna over there. And now, Moment of Truth. Smoke Cannon, I can only get 3 of you, but... Please don't be immune to Blind. They are not! Okay, Blind is an excellent way of handling these guys. Because, yeah, when blinded... They obviously miss you most of the time, and if they don't hit you, they don't heal. Despite that, if you pile on the pressure, they're not too bad. As you can see here, wow, your ATS sucks. But as you can see here, they go down pretty quickly. They're pretty flimsy. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and quickly take out another one, just because they're going to pretty much heal up to full if I don't. I'll just play it safe and take out the weakened one. Oh yeah, there it is, super recovery. They only heal 500 HP, so it's not really all that super, but with as low HP as they have, I guess it does all add up. Let's... this might kill you, actually. Yes, it definitely will. Okay, Seal works too, so that's pretty effective, since that shuts off their healing as well. Aerial? Let's see if Aerial does well. Pretty decently. Okay, thankfully the one that's getting the strength turn is blinded. And it hit anyway, because of course it did. Yeah, if you let these things keep absorbing HP and healing, they definitely do get extremely irritating to fight, but they're really not all that bad as long as you blind at least some of them. I'm really gonna need to get more Azalea Kisses. And there's sort of a reason why these things aren't that bad. I'll just say it now, we will be seeing these as basic enemies before the end of this chapter. I don't think I really need to... I think they actually are pretty evasive, but... Let's go ahead and use Smoke Cannon to get them both blinded, so they're pretty much no threat. And I guess I can just have you use Quick Draw 2, which has an enormous AoE. So equipping Olivier with Status Quartz and using that can be somewhat effective. Not nearly as good as Nakias with Status Quartz and Cold Steel, which is actually pretty insane. Let's see if I can delay you out of that turn. Yep, completely delayed and gone. Estelle didn't even need to move to use her attack. She still has the Laundry Paw Plus, by the way. It's just that good. That was actually worth a pretty good amount of experience. And Monster Exterminated. Now, normally I would go to Elmo Hot Springs to heal, but I can't do that because, let's just say the hot springs are, well, the side quest says it, there's a Peeping Tom there, so we can't use those hot springs unless we initiate that quest and complete it. And while we're here, we may as well report that. Oh hey, E-Rank. Petrify Quartz. That actually, I think that gives me enough quartz to get Earthwall on someone. And by someone, I mean probably Olivier. Yeah, I unfortunately have to drop the Absorb Quartz for it, which means I lose access to a lot of things that are not Earth. Okay, I can get rid of Luck and still keep... Well, I have Titanic Roar already. It's still pretty impractical, though. So with that, I can get Earthwall. So, yeah, I have EP Cut 2 on. Earthwall's normal EP cost is 75 in this game. They more than doubled its EP cost since FC. And guess what? It's still broken as all get out. That should tell you something. And so, here we are back at Elmo Village. And while we're here, we actually have a few things that we can buy. And none of them are in autumn souvenirs, sadly. That's actually one of Annalace's attacks. Bullet barrage is used by these special ops soldiers in FC. And, well, they're just playing pretend there. But, okay, so something that I want to do here. If you go upstairs and I believe talk to this lady here... Yes, with Olivier in the party. Oh no. What have you been telling them this time, Olivier? Wow, he was actually successful with someone for once, it seems. That... Wow, okay. Yeah. I have nothing to say to that. That is, like... That's never happened before. And I can't believe it still has no comment on that. But anyway, here we get Mountain Man Stew. And we can also buy, we already have Passion Omelette, but we do not have Flour Milkshake. And Ambrosial Egg, which actually heals quite a lot. And it's actually pretty cheap for how much it heals, so I'm gonna get a few of these. And as always, let's go ahead and have lunch here to get those in our recipe book. And hey, you're not invisible anymore. I'm pretty sure she's never invisible from here on. So, yeah, sadly that bug's not gonna happen. Thankfully, we are braces and we're here to solve it. Actually, can you use the hot springs now? Oh, okay. But I believe if you do go to the front desk, you start the quest, so... Don't think we can actually use those at the moment. Because we're here to solve a crisis at the hot springs. And also meet Mrs. Mao again. Unfortunately, Josh was not with us. And yeah, more additional dialogue if Olivier was here. Well, thankfully you aren't addressing him as Lord Olivier. I'm pretty sure anyone at any place that Olivier has stayed at is never going to forget him anytime soon. Yeah, I'm sure that was something. Yes, 'tis the sacred duty of all those dedicated to the arts to play the lute while bathing, presumably naked. Yes, everyone please apply some brain bleach to your heads right now. That's like exactly what I was gonna say too. Well, we're actually here on business. At the moment, I feel like staying here would be dangerous. Yes, we definitely do. We need to deal with this problem quickly. And Olivier's been with us this whole time, so obviously it wasn't him. He has been ruled out as a suspect for once. No comment on that from Olivier, I see. I mean, that's definitely possible if no one's seen anything. Except you're getting a lot of those kinds of reports. It's just like the ghost story. A lot of people are sharing the exact same story, means that obviously something's up here. So you know what that means. It's hot spring time again! Okay then. Well, at least she has a very big staff. Also, this is a great line to take out of context. Even in context, it's pretty good. And yeah, this should bring back good memories for her. Unfortunately, it's not under good circumstances. So, believe it or not, this quest is actually one of the reasons I picked the agate route, because if you pick the sheriff route, she says something that is kinda creepy. Yeah. Like, she basically, I don't know, like, yeah. Basically, she considers Tita part of the bait, and I just, no. The thing is, I hate to intentionally, avoid certain dialogue from some characters just to make them look better, but I still feel like that's a bit out of character for Shara, and it's still really unsettling, so that's part of the reason why I didn't pick that route, just to avoid that conversation happening. Well, you're the one with the giant sword. You should probably be here on bodyguard duty. And also, yes, you come all the way to a hot spring, so you must enter the hot spring! It is the law! And, of course, you have Olivier too, so, yeah! Well, again, you do have the power here. We might need someone like that to apprehend the criminal. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm also glad that I picked the agate route for this, because you get this amazing dialogue. Even Estelle's confused. It does recharge your... Well, I mean, I'm actually not sure if it recharges your CP if it's done as part of a plot event. Yeah, and don't forget that we are looking for a suspicious person here. So we have to be completely on our guard while we're bathing. Well, that's understandable. I didn't even know you could use shampoo in hot springs. I suppose that's more for that, like, kind of hot spring bath that's, indoors. And so, everyone is here, and yes, in the unisex baths. I like how Agate is just far away from everyone else. This was really not his idea, and he's just like, why do I have to do this? We do get to see this portrait of Olivier for the first time. Yes, I'm sure you were. Yes, I'm sure you were charmed by the sights here, as that person upstairs can attest to. Yes, of course she would say she was busy. I wonder why. So, this, I believe, interestingly enough, you don't get on the Shera route, bizarrely. I think his fist would like to join that conversation, but anyway. Yeah, another thing I like about the agate route is that he, unlike Shera, is completely professional here and is just like, don't forget we're here for a job. And it's sometimes, again, there's a trope called the comically serious that I do enjoy sometimes. Because your sprite and portrait have that on, and it was too much effort to draw a new portrait and sprite with it off. Interestingly though, he is still wearing his necklace too. Yeah, true, that'd be kind of difficult. It's not like he's some video game character who has one specific model that never changes, and thus can never remove any part of his clothing. Okay, on guard, everyone. Oh, pro tip. Telling Estelle to do something subtly is not going to work out. But she has grown a lot since her last journey. Hang on a minute. I know what that is. And that's not a person. Well, Olivier is very good at drawing people's attention. He's perfect for that job. Oh, they already noticed you. Maybe you were talking too loud. Oh, there's more of them! I like how one of them falls in. So I forgot to mention this, but we have a fight on our hands for this quest, so make sure you're ready. Yes, it is time to beat up the Peeping Sheep! So, it looks like they're all casting for some reason. these are not your typical creepy sheep enemies. That's all safe for now. We have 3 of the regular ones, 2 black sheep, and 1 of the pink sheep, I believe. Seems extremely excited. Seems more evil than usual. Has a creepy smile. So yeah, again, this is not your typical sheep fight. Okay, how do I go about this? I think you will start things off by buffing.
Guys, come on.
And now, I had to start a little spread out, but not completely, so that I could earth wall some people. And let's, in fact, all of you, not Wild Rage. Get out of here, please. Okay, miss all 3 of them. That's really ridiculously unlucky.
Prepare to meet your doom.
Or is it? You can't actually hurt those things, yet. Because they have a trick up their sleeves. Kasparov has conglomerated his sheep into a Megasheepatron. It's a reference to a weird British BBC humour video that I found the end of that one a little too vulgar for my liking, but I love how nonchalantly the announcer just says the Megasheepatron line, and that's pretty much what this thing is. It's a Megasheepatron, a creature comprised of several sheep fused together. Yeah, it's really that weird. I always remember this quest just because of how ridiculous this boss is. This is one of my favorite fights in this game just because of that. And yes, sheep level 600%. The ultimate fusion sheep elevated beyond the color of wool. Oh, they must have had fun writing that description, but anyway, I think we need to heal a bit. I believe this thing can inflict confusion as well. And I think I'll actually use one of my ambrosial eggs because the premium herb tea. I don't even think. No, wow, your HP is like less than half the premium herb tea. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're immune to this, but I'll try anyway. Yep, thought so. But as you can see, the sheep appear to defuse slightly every time they're hit. So our goal is to hit them until they all defuse, and then we can defeat them all at once. We must defeat the Megasheepatron and restore peace to the hot springs. A sentence I never thought that I'd be saying. Okay, I don't think the damage on this is that great, but I just want to try it. Well, that's alright. And you're still attack buff, which is good. Superstar Sheep Punch! And also, yeah, that animation's pretty long. And hey, you deserve this! Estelle's probably been waiting to do this for a while. Okay, almost down. Oh no, she's gonna get one-shot by that. Actually, no, it didn't do that much damage to Olivier. I'm now picturing this thing as a fighting game character somehow. It kind of, like, a lot of its moves are kind of parodies of fighting game moves as well, so it's... I don't even know what the, whoever at Falcom designed this boss, I don't even know what they were on at the time, but... But I'm glad for it. This boss fight is amazing. Oh, I actually wanted to use, Earth Lance, but oh well. If I get enough CP out of that... Yep, let's finish this. Agate was the one who was just feeling totally done with this job, so let's have him finish it. This is for making me bathe! No, I don't think we want to rematch with that anytime soon. And so, Megasheepatron has been destroyed, and peace has been restored. Yes, I believe them fusing into a giant Megasheepatron with sheep level 600%. Yeah. That, and us beating it up, that settles things. Yeah, this is one of my favorite side quests in the whole series, just because of that. I'm sure they're not coming back there anytime soon, and one of them seems to have gone in the lake, but... Anyway. Yes, the Peeping Tom was a peeping sheep. Your culprit was a Megasheep. I will never stop calling that thing Megasheepatron. Maybe this is part of the weird monster activity that's been going on lately. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what I was gonna say. The earthquakes might have something to do with this. Yeah, that's possible. Doesn't explain why they were so obsessed with the hot springs, though. Actually, there might be, but let's not tell them that yet. We're still on the case of that. Pretty sure those things are now traumatized for the rest of their lives. So, thing is, if you want to bathe here and restore your CP, you might want to do that now. Let's just say we won't have many opportunities to access the hot springs over the course of this chapter, so this is one of your few chances. Yep, we can now safely bathe again. And free 200 CP on everyone. Always nice to make use of that when you can. Well, I kind of wish you had full dialogue for reporting this, because I'm sure Kilika would be, she'd certainly have comments on this story. Not sure if she'd even believe us, but yes, this is actually what we did. We really did fight. I can just picture the conversation now. So, you're saying that some sheep were peeping on people in the hot springs, and you chased them down, whereupon they fused into a super sheep and fought you. Sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. So, we're on our way to set up the third device, and we'll be fighting the Cobalt Saber when we get there. The third of the monster quests in this region, and once we do that, I believe that'll be the end for side quests for this whole chapter. We're slowly approaching the end of this. Ah, sheep! Go away! Your ilk have bothered me enough for one episode. I think I'll bunch up a little bit more just to make good use of Earth Wall. So, here is the Bloody Saber. Oh, of course, more sheep. So you want to take out the regular enemies first, because this thing I believe does have death throws. Recovers by dreading prey, so this is, yeah, the very dark and edgy cousin of those other two Saber enemies. And, okay, do I have any... I can do this. Can I get everything? Yes, I can get everything, nice. So hopefully that kills off everything except the Bloody Saber. Well, and that other sheep, because it has a ridiculously high amount of HP. Oh, wow, that buffs your strength. That's not good at all. I forgot you could do... Well, I was assuming that to only affect sheep. Do I... I suppose suppose I will do this. Just want to take out that sheep. Yeah, you drain a lot. That is why I have Olivia in hand with Earth Wall. This should definitely help out. Now, are you immune to this or not? You probably are, but I've been wrong in the past. Yep, you are, okay. I was not wrong that time. And your Olivia's EP pool is so massive that even that nerf to Earth Wall's EP cost is not going to really affect much. Unfortunately, it's going to stop him from casting if I have to have him spamming that. Actually... Oh, Agate doesn't have enough EP, doesn't have enough CP to participate in mass. Yeah, obviously don't want to have Olivier do that. I can probably show that once Agate gains a little bit more CP. As I've probably said in the last game, the one downside of Earthguard and Earthwall is that it means you don't get any CP when you're attacked. And yeah, you're gonna hit that thing. What's your chain? Oh, you only have chain 1. Have not actually used her S-Craft yet in this playthrough, but it's just as ridiculous as it was in the first game. And if you think her S-Craft from the first game was ridiculous, yeah, she actually learns a new S-Craft in this one that's somehow even more over the top. So look forward to that later on. I like to use morale before I do chains.
Come on.
Because also, the more people participating in a chain, the Bracer Notebook actually has an entire section on how chain crafts work, but the more people participating, the higher the damage multiplier. This thing doesn't seem to be particularly, defensive. Oh, I do have Blue Impact, good. I was worried that I didn't have any water, well, I'm pretty sure I have Aerial. I don't want to speak too soon, but this thing seems like a massive joke compared to the sabers that were complete hell in the last chapter. Granted, that was partly because we had Dorothy with us, but anyway. Okay, yeah, so we need, the first person needs to have 30, the second person needs to have 40. Okay, so you, and let's go!
Let's do this. Oh, okay.
The individual hits of the chain can still miss, but you saw how much damage that did. So higher tiers of chain crafts can do a lot of damage. In fact, I kind of want to use another one of these, just to show.
Your aid, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like over 2,500 damage. Which is like about the damage of an S-Craft for a lot cheaper. You need to be positioned just right for it, but chain crafts are very, very strong in this game. So with that, once we go through here, we'll be placing the third and final device and advancing the story. So I will see you all then. And it's an automatic preemptive strike, which is kind of annoying, but at least we don't have any NPCs in the battle. Uh-oh, hashtag N's gone loco again! Yeah, that's kind of another bug that happened in the localization. Oh, I forgot that it could attack multiple people. It makes sense, though, since it seems to attack in a line, and that's gonna get hit, isn't it? Oh, wow, 3 people! That's impressive! So, we took a bit of a beating from that initial strike. Let's try and come back from that. Okay, let's see if I can... Could I get... No, I can only get 3. Thought for a second I could get 4. And at least one of them seals, so I can kind of ignore you when I'm focusing on who to prioritize. Latte is going to push my turn back too much, which is a bit of a problem. In that case, I guess I'll go for True Hurricane. Yeah, I can only get these 3. I can't get 3 if I go for that top one that's far away. Actually, not terrible damage there. These things do have quite a bit of health, though. Longs for clear blue skies. Martial arts using sheep. I'm sure you can do some kind of build like that with a, with certain Pokemon, but anyway. Actually, yeah, Stone Impact's gonna set my turn back quite a bit, though. Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and S-Rank with Estelle, because there's a not insignificant chance that she may go down here if I don't. And that at least drains a tiny bit of HP. And you are pointless. Oh, I was hoping that you'd walk into the AoE. Okay, didn't combo that with a hit on Olivier. Okay, then. Oh, right, yeah, buffing everything. And I think you actually just pushed somebody out of the AoE for Stone Impact with the buff spell. That's an interesting application of that. Dang it, okay. The AoE on this is a lot smaller than I remember it being. I can't get all those 3, so I'm gonna have to just go for these 3.
Prepare to meet your doom.
Okay, at least 3 of them are effectively non-threats now. Of course, the one that wasn't a non-threat was the one that hit her. We have really down to just one person? Wow, okay then.